with this particular film, it is in the markets right now at the theaters. This is the story of the World War II cracking of the purple code using what they called the Enigma machine. And of course, I'm going on my talk from yesterday. I'm Rochelle and I will be talking about codes, code breaking, and I will be using one example, since you asked me to teach you. Yesterday there will be just one example that I will use that nobody else has done. This is my work, but of course the code making has been going on a long time. This is a 3,000-year journey for the Hebrew language, and I would like to just share with you one of the texts that has become important and memorable for me in what I call the Bible, the Atomic Bible, and that would be the decoding of particle physics equations of E equals mc squared from Albert Einstein in the very first word of the Hebrew book Genesis, that World War II is encoded within this very first word. And this is what I call regenesis. It's the famous creation story is the story of how a man was created. But of course we know now, after many thousands of years, that man is made of atoms. So there's a play on words here between the atom in Genesis and the atom. Could you pause that? I'm sorry.
I don't think I can.
Okay, that's fine. In the very first word of the book of Genesis is the word Barashit, as you can see here on the screen. And this word has the implication that English would be able to come along several thousand years later and decode right here is the very first word, and it is the word Barashit. And it is the term bara in it, the very first part of it, and this is the very first word. The second word is again bara. So we have two baras, bara and then bara. Now in the Hebrew, when you have two of the same thing, you put an im, and it becomes bara, barim, or barium, which the periodic table has shown in the late 1800s when they compiled it, that barium 141 is an isotope, and they didn't even know about isotopes until, like, I think the 20s or the 30s, 1920s or 30s. So this is a splitting of atom, but the barium, which is the confluence of two words, two Hebrew words, bara, the first part, and then the second word is bara. So you have bara and then Elohim and then bara. So you have barium, or the destruction of the atom in the very first sentence of the book of Genesis. So that is very interesting to me, because not only is it not something that is in the public mainstream, but it's exciting to see that there's actually elements encoded. And of course, let me back up here. Let me back up here and say that cipher means to figure out a code, to cipher. And when something can be encoded and you don't know it, you need a cipher to figure it out. So the cipher, for me, has been to take the periodic elements and their numeric counterparts, and of course, the inference of this is that you have here World War II and the splitting of the atom encoded in this first book. And so this would be restarting Adam. You have Adam, the story of Adam being made, and then you have the story of Adam being destroyed, all in the same word. And that's my one example that I have from my investigation. And does anybody have any questions?
Oh, this was great. I love that. Like, you really took it with